My junior year at the University of Vermont, I took a course in plant biology. The professor was an older man with a childlike fascination about the environment. He was discussing his love of plants and animals when he asked the class, "Do we have any birders in the room?" Out of the 110 person class, I was the only one to raise their hand. He looked right at me and he said, "There's power in naming things, isn't there?" And that's when I finally had words for why my natural hobby was so addicting. There's power in being able to see something and know exactly, without a doubt, what you're looking at. The certainness of the world around you and recognizing that recognizing that is an addicting feeling. It's a feeling many don't understand. I tell people about it, and it seems like birding is something associated with either old people or just like hippies. Even other birders I see out, who are mainly elderly people, look at me, my girlfriend, and at my friends and ask, "You guys look really young to be birders." And this is something that I've always thought um, about why this activity was seen as lame or out of date. I believe that birding should be re examined and seen for what it was and what it can be. Today, a birding competition known as the Big Year is held annually to see who can see the most birds in one calendar year. Right now, the world record is 839 different species identified by John Weigel in 2019. But it wasn't always this way. In the 1800s, the Big Year was a competition to see who could actually kill the most species of birds in a calendar year. This practice used to put many species at risk and cause unnecessary harm to the environment. But once the Audubon Society was formed, they decided to make this event actually a type of conservation. Instead of killing, now it's just counting. From this point, the event took off. Thousands more birders joined the movement every single year, leading to new discoveries in both species, bird habits, and how to successfully conserve different types of birds. The Audubon Society is now one of the world's top conservation groups. Now, people all over the world take this experience casually, as I do, and we go out, count number of birds, species, and calls we hear, all while just being outside and enjoying nature. So, why is this so great to me? Well, yeah, it's great to realize that what your world is, but that's even great. What's even greater is going out and learning more every time you go out. I have seen 186 different species of birds since I started in 2018, all from 3 different countries. And when I go through my list, I realize each name has a story about when I saw it, and I'm immediately taken back to that moment. For example, the Puerto Rican bullfinch I saw sitting on top of a gorgeous waterfall in Puerto Rico, or the roseate spoonbill I saw flying over me on a road trip from Vermont to Florida. I look at my list and I remember the days in the woods with my close friends. I remember frantic chase downs of huge raptors flying overhead. And it's really like a diary of good experiences. It's almost like each time something exciting or cool happens to me in nature, I mark it down and put a date on it. And when I'm feeling down or when I'm just bored, I can read my list and remember each experience and know that the feeling will come again soon. What I want people to see is how beautiful birding can be. It's nature, it's sport, it's conservation, it's education, and it's just everything I find beautiful and amazing about the world around us. And it's something you can be doing and not even have to be actively doing it, if that makes sense to you. And I want to see more young people getting outside, playing some bird calls. And I want to see you learn and search for what the world is around you. Listening to calls and finding the courage to go out and the courage and curiosity to go out and simply ask, what is that? Because after all, there's power in naming things. Thank you.